much. I just love them. I wish I had something more profound to say, but I just love them. And I really felt Amos 9:11 through 13 for this house, which I think I've actually prophesied here before. In the days I will raise up the fallen booth of David and wall up its breaches. I will also raise up its ruins and rebuild it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom. And all the nations who are called by my name, declares the Lord who does this. Behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, when the plowman will overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him who sows seeds. Behold, the days are coming. I just feel like this is the scripture for this season in this house today at Everyday Church. Before the church goes on this 40-day fast, today the day has arrived, declares the Lord, when the plowman shall overtake the reapers, and the treader of grapes, him who sows seed. And I just felt like there is coming in this house a marriage of missions and prayer and a prototype. I feel like this Iris Leadership School is so much more than even just an Iris Mission School. I feel like there's a new wineskin of missions, which is the full marriage of missions and prayer. It's like back to the Moravian lampstand movement, where there was 100 years of fasting and prayer over in Herrnhut, Germany. And they just raised up intercession night and day and night. And it was the first sustained missions movement out of Europe, where I said this on Friday, that the first missionaries in the Moravians, they literally sold themselves into slavery to reach the slaves. They sold themselves, and as they were leaving for Africa, they cried out that the Lamb may receive the just reward of his sufferings. And Mark and Cheryl, I feel like the Lord has dipped you into so many different streams. It was like in 2009, I was actually in the International House of Prayer as that awakening was birthed. I was literally in the room when it happened. And there was this awakening, and on this stage they called John and Carol Arnott and Mike Bickle and Bill Johnson, and there was a word that there was a convergence, that there was all these streams coming together, and that it would be a new wineskin. And I feel like the Lord hasn't allowed you to just be raised up in one movement, to be like trademarked or kind of owned by a movement, because I feel like there's so many different rivers in this stream. And I saw that there was like this Ezekiel 47 house of prayer that was going to raise up here. It's like Ezekiel 47 talks about the healing of the trees for the nations. It's the temple where the river flows out. It flows out of the temple, and the leaves are for the healing of the trees. But I feel like the house of prayer here, it's going to be like a glory house of prayer. There's something so significant about this house of prayer and it being established for a revival to come to this region. And I feel like God is going to set you, Mark, like an Elisha to Lou. I feel in this season that as much as you're covered by Iris, the call is going to be another covering. I feel like Heidi's going to be like a mother in the spirit, but that Lou is going to be like a father. And I feel like there's actually going to be an alignment in the spirit. Like literally there's something about the house of prayer being raised up here that will not only release revival in the region, but in California. I feel like it's like from Bethel through Sacramento to the central region to Pasadena and Hollywood. I feel like it's like a Isaiah 35, a highway of holiness. And I feel like the Lord's saying, it's your season where the plowman will overtake the reaper. And as he restores the tabernacle of David, as he builds the house of prayer, a glory house of prayer, a U-hop here, literally you are going to see a harvest which will not end. It's going to be like night and day prayer that is unto salvation, that is unto the harvest, where the fish are going to jump into the boat. They're going to jump into the boat. And I just feel, Cheryl, it's time to take off the admin hat and put on the prophetic, put on the preaching. It's like that Judges 4 when it says, then I, Deborah, arose, a prophetess to Israel. I feel like the declarative. I feel like you're going to go in the house of prayer and you are going to declare the word of the Lord for the region. You are going to have words that are going to break drought. I literally see you prophesying to the weather patterns, and there being unusual patterns. I feel like God is going to give you I just see you having warehouses where there's more food than you can even give away. I feel like there's going to be great favor on you, Cheryl, with governmental leaders in this region. I feel like just like you worked out that deal with a hotel, it's just the beginning of favor that's too great to contain. And I feel like what God is doing here, he's doing a new thing. He's doing a new thing. He's doing a new thing. That the school is just the birthing of this movement in Central California, of a revival
in Central California. And I just feel like Lou needs you, Mark. Like, I feel like you are going to have words of encouragement that will strengthen him. That as he is fighting battles, I want to actually call up the leaders of the House of Prayer, Ivy. I just want her and her husband